Here was the plan for stage 19, but unfortunately things don't always go according to plan. They had to cut the race short due to bad weather and a mudslide across the course. So it was a hectic day, a really big anticlimax for everybody. We've all been looking forward to these last 2 days, and now the race has sort of been shaped by things out of everyone's control. And maybe we're not seeing that the riders can decide their own fortunes the way they wanted to. It was a bad day for France, and it all started early on in the race when Thibaut Pinot abandoned due to injury. So the weight of a nation was left squarely on Alaphilippe's shoulders, and he was not up to the task today. We saw an attack from Geraint Thomas. That attack didn't really gain any traction, but once Thomas was reeled in, Egan Bernal went on the attack, and that's when the race really blew apart. Alaphilippe got dropped, and he was losing the yellow jersey out there on the road. So at that point, everybody thought there was still a descent and a final climb to come. So the race was still sort of up in the air. You never know. Bernal, maybe he would have cracked. Maybe Alaphilippe could have gained a lot of time on the descent and had a second wind and finished stronger on that last climb and maybe barely held on to his yellow jersey. But Mother Nature had other plans. There was rain, hail, and a mudslide, and they had to cut the race short. And the timing of this was really, you can't blame ASO for what happened today. I don't think so, because the weather, it was a freak thing. It's not like they knew that this was going to happen the night before, so they didn't have time to change their plans. And they really did the best they could with what they had. Really, the only other option they had was to cancel the results of the stage altogether. And I'm sure maybe France would have preferred that because Alaphilippe would still be in yellow, but that's not really fair either. So ASO was really caught between a rock and a hard place. The course was unrideable, and what could they do? I think they made the best decision that they had available to them. It's just very unfortunate that this happened, and the timing just couldn't be worse, really. So here's the new GC after today's stage. Bernal takes the lead. He's now in yellow. Alaphilippe down to second, 48 seconds back. And Geraint Thomas rounds out the podium. He's in third at a minute 16. So as I record this, they've already made changes to tomorrow's route. They've shortened it. They've cut out these first two climbs. So now it's 59K. The first part is flat, and they're keeping the same climb here at the end. It's the Val Thorens. It's over 30K. It's about 5.5%, so not too steep, but it does finish over 2,000 meters. And this is going to be a difficult one because it's so short. They're going to be going hard from the gun, and it's not what everyone expected, and it's not something they're going to be used to. Today was just such a letdown, and it's disappointing to see a stage halted in the middle like that because everyone has a long-term plan. You never know who was maybe saving their energy. Was Bernal pacing himself correctly? Did guys behind have plans to attack on that final climb? It's just tough that no one knew what was going to happen, and their plans got sort of turned upside down. So I hope that things don't get worse overnight, or that there's not bad weather again tomorrow, because I really want to see one final climb. I want to see this decided on the road. I want everyone to have their chance to ride their hearts out. As for predictions, I'm going to predict that Egan Bernal is going to take the stage tomorrow, extend his lead on the yellow jersey, and take that jersey into Paris. I think the stage now suits him very well. It's just one climb. All he has to do is go as hard as he can. And this is the last stage, last climb. And he looks to be, with Pinot out, he looks to be the best climber left in the race. So Alaphilippe isn't really within reach anymore. 48 seconds, I don't see him being able to make that up on a climb like this because he hasn't looked good for the past 2 days. Before the race started, the main question we had about Bernal was his youth. And did he have the stamina in the third week to pull off these three tough stages in a row? But now today was shortened, tomorrow is going to be shorter, so that isn't working against him as much as we thought it would. In a way, this is going to be too bad for Bernal because he will win the race, but everybody's going to point to today's stage and say, well, if the stage didn't get cut short, would he have really been so strong? Would he have won? And, I just think that the way things were going, he looked to be the strongest. I think he would have remained out front and he would have put more and more time into Alaphilippe today. But you can't say for sure. No one knows. It didn't happen, so we'll never know. It's been such a great tour this year. It was so close and unpredictable. And then this had to happen today and really puts a damper on everything. And it's just a shame. I hope that tomorrow there's something spectacular that happens that doesn't involve the weather, that involves something that happens on the road. And I hope that whatever happens, that we can be sure that whoever won the race was the strongest guy in the race and would have won no matter what. So let's hope for something like that tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.